Today I've got a rant that's frankly overdue. Many of you know I've had this show for almost a year now. The reason why I started the show, I made clear early on, was to counter a lot of the hate and negativity towards games, to look for the fun in games. Where's the fun gone? I don't have the high gamer scores that some gamers have. I get an incredibly late start on the current gen, that's for sure. But I wanted to bring something to the table that was positive, that built up games, that search for the fun and the gold in games. And I find it, whether it's a GTA 5 or whether it's something like the Walking Dead Survival Instinct, which frankly the graphics weren't that great in this. They're horrible textures. I didn't see issues with screen tearing or whatever, but just a lot of repetitive things in the environments, in the way the same cars and zombie types, and it can tend to take you out of the experience if you don't have that big imagination to just see it for what it is and have fun with it. So the graphics on this were really not very good for a current gen game, but I still had a fun time with it and gave it a really high score. And actually it made my top 25 current gen games for something that really scared the crap out of me, that I had an immersive time with, and I'm looking forward to getting back to this. So it's proof that graphics don't make the game. But to attack people because they prefer one system over another, or because they prefer playing, a game on a PC version of a game versus an Xbox 360 version or a PlayStation 3 version, is insane. I mean, it really doesn't do any good to attack people. I myself have been attacked with my own views towards a lot of these lackluster games, and also attacked for my views towards a brand new Xbox One coming out. It's just easier, frankly, just to validate people's feelings that we don't all share the same point of view. Some of us like certain things. Some of us are looking for certain things in a gaming console. Some people are just casual gamers, just want to play Madden. They just want to sit their fat ass on the couch and scroll through all their favorite shows. Or now with the new Connect deal, they can just say what they want and it's magically, it's going to be done. They'll see the screens change, their favorite shows, and jump back into a game. If that's what you want, that's great, that you should have it. I still think Microsoft should make another Xbox One without the Kinect for those that either don't trust it, don't want to pay for it, have no love for motion controls, and just for whatever reason just don't feel comfortable with it. They should make another one. I would like to see the solidarity of some of my friends sticking with me on that, so that Microsoft will see that not everyone loves it and will make another one, and that may happen. And I certainly hope they do, because I will not buy an Xbox One without it. So if they do that, I'll be on board and I can't wait. If not, well then I'll have to miss out on Forza 5. It's just the way it is. That's life. I can't whine because I can't have a new Corvette or a new Porsche. It is what it is. You have to be happy with what you have sometimes. So I had to make my choice early on. One of the reasons why I made the choice was not so much this Kinect deal or not having a Kinect, was because I liked what Sony was doing with the games. I watched hours of Mark Cerny, and I mean hours. Every video I could find of him describing the new architecture of the PlayStation 4, describing comparisons as how and why he changed it versus how the cell structure was designed for the PlayStation 3. Many of you know that games are a little bit harder to develop for the PlayStation 3. Quite often, if you look closely at comparison shots, like Sleeping Dogs, for instance, on the PlayStation 3 versus the Xbox 360, frankly, the Xbox 360 version looks much better. The lighting effects are better. The detail in the clothing, gold chains and Wei Shen's around his neck look much more detailed. You can really see them much better in close-up shots of the Xbox 360 version versus the PlayStation 3. I found the original Xbox actually had a slight advantage over the PlayStation 2 with graphics. And frankly, that was one of the main reasons why I jumped on the brand new Xbox 360 when it came out and just passed on the PlayStation 3. Not because I didn't want a PlayStation 3, I had to choose. They were very expensive at the time. They were pushing $1,000 because people were selling them on eBay. I had to wait a while for the price to drop. And then even then, I waited and watched. And I did like some of the, I certainly loved the Forza and the Crackdown series, and that was a main reason why I jumped on the Xbox 360 initially. I have 22 games for my PlayStation 3, and I have 98 games on disc for the Xbox 360. So clearly, I've leaned towards the Xbox. If I have a choice for multi-platform games, I choose the Xbox 360. It's not in every case, but in many cases, the graphics are just slightly better. because I'm a visual person, I'm an artist, so I notice those things. Some men are colorblind. Some men can't see things with the same perception detail that others can. That's why there's more women interior designers than there are men. I'm one of the few that actually has an eye for color and can see things that a lot of people can't see in games or graphical quality or what have you. If I knew more about PCs, frankly, or could afford an expensive, Alienware gaming PC that's thousands of dollars, believe me, I'd buy one just because I want an even more immersive experience. I remember back in 04 and 05 playing Ubisoft's Silent Hunter 3 on PC and was totally blown away with the immersion of how realistic it looked. I was totally immersed and feeling like I was really on the high seas in a submarine looking through the periscope with the waves lapping up on the periscope and the ships in the distance. It was incredible. It sure came a long ways from playing Silent Service on the Commodore 64, as immersive and wonderful as that was. Those older games, we had to rely on our imagination a hell of a lot more. Today, it fills in all the blanks for you. You see the particle effects, the dust coming filtering through the sunlight. You see the little bugs and the way the environment moves and the grass moves. I'm blown away when I see the graphics on this new Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It totally blows my mind to see the foliage moving and swaying in the wind, to see the water moving from one side of the ship to the other is impressive to me. Does that make me a graphics whore because I want to see that and not, play it on the Xbox 360, which I could have it right now? Believe me, I can go down right now, smoke the tires, and buy a couple new Battlefield 4 and buy this new Assassin's Creed Black Flag and enjoy them and have a wonderful time right now, today, on my Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. But I'm going to wait because I'm excited about the next gen. And I want to be wowed with those extra graphics. I know it doesn't matter to some people. It doesn't matter. Some people like to have their car clean and shiny and waxed and clean inside and out. Other people, it's just transportation. It doesn't matter to them. But don't label other people or other gamers as not real gamers because they prefer to have a better system. Look, the PlayStation 4 is going to have better looking graphics. From what I can see so far, from the previews, from the specs, from watching hours of Mark Cerny describe how realistic this new system is going to look and perform, it's going to be the closest thing to a gaming PC that I've ever had. So I don't have to spend thousands for a gaming PC or even $1,000, a lot of money. For $400 I can buy something that'll last for years and play wonderfully realistic graphics. And I'm still sure the PC versions will be better. But I'm excited that Sony made it affordable and I can have, and there's no motion controls that I have to pay for and find a place for with my TV setup. I like that. I like the fact that I can just enjoy the games on a console with my fat ass on the couch. That's what it's all about. So I've seen a barrage of hate lately on the internet. This whole fanboy thing. Nothing it pisses me off more than to see the hypocrisy of real fakes that will attack people on the internet, saying, "Well, you're not a real gamers. Don't care about graphics. It's all about the games." Well, you're saying that now because Xbox isn't looking so good compared to the PlayStation 4. You're just an Xbox fanboy. Admit it. Stop hiding behind your faux existence on the internet. Proclaiming that you're a multi-platform person when you're clearly not. To me, I like gamers of passion. And I'm drawn to the good ones, the bad ones, the good reviewers, the bad reviewers, because they have a love for games. But when people make it personal and attack other people, it's like 5th grade all over again. There's really no need for that. I just block and delete these people now. I see them on Facebook and Twitter. Life is too short. And frankly, so are a lot of them. I'm not interested in having to put up with a lot of that negativity. I still, again, respect professional journalists. I don't, frankly, agree with all of their opinions, but at least they have something to say. Usually they say it in a constructive manner. They give the reasons for the things they like in the game, the things they don't like in the game, and I can respect that. But personal attacks on the internet, like I saw towards one of my friends recently, because he wanted to switch his pre-order, God forbid, from Xbox One on Battlefield 4 to the PlayStation 4. Good for him. He made the same damn choice I did. There's no shame in that. He wants the better graphics. But he also loves the fact that Xbox One is going to have some wonderful exclusives. He's excited for the exclusives on that, and he should get that system. If it doesn't bother him to have the Kinect with it, he should go ahead and get those systems. and have both of them and enjoy those exclusives. For me, my conscience won't let me do it until they make one without the Kinect, so that's the end of it for me. I'd like more people to stick with me with my feelings on this that force Microsoft to make one without, but it is what it is. So to me, a real gamer is someone that's excited about games, and whether they're role-playing, Final Fantasy games, or some of my friends, it's all they want to do is just play old NES games, and that's fine. Or play, Sonic and a lot of these older games. Those are fun games. I've had a great time with my friends and family playing many of those games on their systems and my systems for years. I understand that. But the kind of gamer I am, I like many different types of game, from Miss Pac-Man to Paperboy, you name it. But I prefer the more immersive games like Wolfenstein. That's what I'm looking forward to. This new Mad Max open world game made by Avalanche Studios, where you can go anywhere and explore the wasteland, is exciting. The game Rage offered that too. I love those kind of adventures. The better graphics will help to immerse you in it. It doesn't mean that the Xbox One version is inferior and it's going to be crappy and you can't be immersed in it. You can't. Look, if you can only afford one console, and if you don't have any qualms with the Kinect and want to buy the Xbox One, well then buy Battlefield for that system. That's all you want to do, is spend the money for one system, because these damn systems are expensive. I don't have $1,200. You're going to have to spend, right off the bat, $900 for the two systems. And you haven't even got second controllers or games or anything, so you can spend $1,200–1,300. We don't all have that. I don't even have it with the money that I make. Now, I've had a very good summer. I can go and buy one today, in fact. But I'm not going to spend the money for something right now. I have to still get a PC. I have other considerations. I got a home, cars. I got my truck almost paid off. I'm trying to wrap that up. So it's going to have to wait. And again, I'm hoping that they'll make a Kinect-free Xbox One. And we'll see. I'm not optimistic, but we'll see. So if you can afford both systems, but you want the better graphics, there's no shame in that. Don't apologize because you like graphics. I like them too. I'm a visual person. Some of us are more audible people. My friend Mark Bussler in Classic Game Room, he spends more time talking about the high-end sound design on a lot of games. That to him, he's more of an audible person. He likes the visuals too, but he loves to be immersed with the sound. And great sound design with a wonderful surround sound system. I can appreciate that. That's kind of he will rate a lot of his games and judge them based on the sound design. He'll point it out if he doesn't like the sound design. To me, I like pretty much all those games, whether they have a top-notch sound design or not. And I notice it too. Once I see someone else point it out, I think, oh yeah, he's right. The sound design was pretty good in that. But as a visual focused person, to me the graphics are what it's all about. So. And I don't want to apologize for it at all, I can tell you that right now. So I like to see less blowhards on the internet pontificating endlessly about what they think are the best games, and we have the best launch lineup. Well, you're just a fanboy, and the Sony fanboys, a lot of them are coming out of the woodwork and on my side, because now all of a sudden I've jumped into the PlayStation 4, and I'm like, look, I'm not a Sony fanboy either. Just so happens that I'm preferring to get the PlayStation 4. But like I said, down the road things could change, and I might get an Xbox One. I'm not optimistic about it, but we'll see. So I'm just happy that it's a new generation. To me, it's about the games, and and some people are complaining that it's going to take up too much hard drive space to install these games, and it will. But that's what the new world is coming to. That's what the next gen, or what will be real soon, that it's going to be the new gen, is all going to be about graphics. And you say, oh, it looks the same to me. Well, what you're not seeing is that there's more particle effects. If they made GTA 5 for next gen, they could have more pedestrians, more cars, more birds in the air, little things, more trees swaying in the wind. A lot of those things are subtleties that they're not deal breakers in being immersed in a game or not, but it sure doesn't hurt. This new Killzone Shadowfall, I'm excited about. It's going to look fantastic. I just bought The Fog recently. I have it on Blu-ray. I already have it on VHS. I already have it on DVD. It looks wonderful on my TV. But so why buy it again? Because I want an even better graphical experience for one of my favorite John Carpenter games. Does that make me a graphics whore? Well, you know what? Then I am. No apologies. That's my rant. I had to get it off my chest. I support many wonderful YouTubers out there. I love them. But I'm just sick of the hate. I'm sick of the negativity. The personal attacks are childish and completely unwarranted. I'd like to see them stop. But then what I like is not always going to happen. So Anyway, enjoy your games, guys. Thanks for suffering through my rant here. I just had to get it off my chest. I've been really worked up for a while about this one. So, anyway, have a wonderful new season. We've got many great games coming out in November, plus the new consoles. And again, enjoy those games.